How's it, guys? Welcome to Freestyle Fridays.
We made it. We made it to Friday. Our first full week of streaming, Monday to Friday.
Yeah. Can let your hair down, right?
Yeah, if I had any. That's why I wear the toque. That's why I got to keep my head warm. What do you guys call this in South Africa? A beanie. Okay. Yeah.
What do you call it?
Beanie, but mostly you'll hear Canadians say toque, a toque. So it's spelled Toque, toque. So that's what we call it. But yeah, I got to keep the head warm. There's no hair up there to do it.
Yeah, TGIF for sure, hey?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been a week for sure, but I'm happy that we made it, and I'm looking forward to this episode, our first Freestyle Friday, just chatting NFTs and whatever comes to the mind. I'm looking forward, and hopefully we have some questions in the chat. That would be great.
Or even comments would be lekker. It's just anything. Someone else to talk to except for you and me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting bored of you, Philip.
It's mutual. We're gonna say TGIFF.
Yeah,
Thank
Freestyle
God it's
Friday.
Freestyle Fridays.
For sure.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing more of you than my wife these days, bro.
It seems that way. So what have you found? Yeah, what do you got to show me?
I just wanted to go through my usual sort of routine. I'm going to share my screen here. Just going to go through here.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. That's you.
There we go. So I just typically like to see the Ethereum price way down. Off a high of about 4,500. It's now close to 3,000. I hope we don't go under 3. I don't know. It's like a psychological point, you know.
Sort of.
I'm worried if it breaches the $3,000 level, it might just keep going down. It will recover at some stage.
Yeah. But, I'm just packing my bags, stacking as much crypto as I can right now.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I think it's a good time to buy. I mean, even if it goes a bit lower, this is pretty much buying territory if you know you're going to want to use it in the future.
And usually, too, when you see these big dumps in Ethereum price, that's when people kind of tend to switch over to NFTs and start looking at buying NFTs to kind of protect their investment a little bit more.
For sure. I just want to see Bitcoin, and I'm going to chat about that exactly. I just want to go here and check out Bitcoin. Yeah, it's pretty similar. Hey, if you look here, their high was 43,000. So it's easy to work out. It's 10 times more, and so Bitcoin's actually recovered. They were down there to 41. Yeah,
it's still down pretty bad. I get nervous. If it gets to 40,000, I'm going to get a little bit nervous and maybe consider taking some of my investment out and holding in stable coins. I know this is an NFT talk, but
well, I was looking at the 1 day. Sorry. So yeah, the high was 52, not 43. The high was 52 and it's now 41. So that's about a 20% from the high. Yeah, that's about a 20% drop from the high this month, whereas when we compared it there, it was about a 30% on ETH. So it's a bit more down on ETH. And then I always like to check out June analytics as well, as you know. So January so far, $1.4 billion in January so far. The whole of December was 3.2, and we are the 7th of the month. So we are a quarter way through. And we've already done almost 40%.
Yeah.
So
that's on OpenSea, right? That's
OpenSea.
OpenSea volume. Yeah.
So if all things continue, I mean, we're on track to have a record month here that's going to beat August there. And the daily volume has been crazy. It has been pumping. It's not even the last few days. This just shows the last few days have been pumping. But for 2 or 3 weeks, we've had a solid pump. Eh?
Yeah, really. I think it was sort of led by all the mutant serum sales, and that mutant ape floor price just absolutely skyrocketed.
I think Nike also. I think
True.
the Nike thing really
I forgot about
was
that.
really bullish. And there was
Artifact and Nike collab, and then
and
just
then
before that was
Adidas.
Adidas. So big names coming into the space for sure, bringing a lot of hype, not just Bored Apes.
But we've had those good 2 or 3 weeks, and I was just looking a bit earlier. I wonder if it's changed, but the blue chips are definitely starting to come off their highs for sure.
But they
the
might
middle,
find you never know. They may since they've peaked so much, they may find a new floor level, right? They might find a new support level that's even higher than where people bought in, and it's just like looking at a crypto chart, right? It's always kind of going up and down, but if it finds a decent support level, it should keep that as the base floor.
Yeah, so it seems to be staying at about 14. But you can even see here, the number of sales, bro. I mean, that's a big difference. And it's not just Mutant Ape. So Mutant hits about 16 and a half at its high in the last run. But even Doodles, which I cannot believe it went as high as it did. I cannot believe that I sold it at 2 point something Ethereum. Sure, I bought it at 0.7.
And it's now at 9.
And when it went to 2.7, I thought, wow, 3x, I'll get back in when it goes back down to 1 or whatever. And it hasn't come back down to 1. And I don't know that it ever will. I mean, honestly, it's just...
They're going to keep crushing it, I think. These guys are doing well.
I knew it was a long-term hold. I thought I was being clever. And the only problem with flipping... The only problem with flipping is that you sometimes can't get back in. But if
you're gonna have to be okay with that. You still made profits off of the flip, right?
Yeah. Really? I made two Ethereum, but if I had it now, I would have made nine Ethereum.
Yeah, but hindsight's 2020.
2020, yeah. If my grandmother had testicles, she'd be my grandfather. Are we allowed to say that? Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
You haven't heard that? No. Whenever someone says if that's the nice thing about YouTube. You can just sort of say what you want, right?
Oh, that's great.
So I want to show you here. So the average price on the 5th of Jan was almost 13 Ethereum, bro. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, there's got to be some correction. But again, if you look at the number of sales, 360, 282, 97 yesterday, and 67 today. Granted, there is still more of today, but if you look at any of the blue chips, so what's another one? Cool Cats. Let's look at Cool Cats. And it's funny that we're calling Doodles, which has only been around for about 6 weeks, a blue chip. Cool Cats, again, if anyone's watching, the blue tick is always important. Oh, I saw under that Coolman's Universe. I also sold that one at the wrong time.
I wanted to get in on that. I didn't find out about the mint until the day of, and then I missed out on it. And it's funny because the artist, Coolman Dan, I've been following that guy on Instagram for years. Like I think like 4 or more years. And then I just randomly saw he has this NFT project, but it was the day of the mint, and I missed out, but it's unreal.
I held on to Coolman's and it did nothing. And when I saw, I'd also 3x. I think I bought it at 0.15 and I sold that at 0.5 or something like that. And it's now, if you want an NFT to go up, I have to sell it. And if you want it to go down, I have to buy it. That's how it works. It's unbelievable. Okay, so Cool Cats, look at this. Also, that same day, that 4th of Jan, around there, hit 13 Ethereum as the average price, and now you're sitting at 10. So listen, I'm pretty convinced there's definitely the top tier projects, the high value projects, let's say 5 to 20 ETH, are now adjusting. They've hit their highs and they're coming down a bit. But the trickle down rally that you see then to the 5 ETH ones, and then that comes down to the 1 ETH one, that's still happening. So, the round about half an ETH to 2 ETH is pumping still. And then hopefully that will trickle down to the 0.1s and all of that. But I definitely expect next to see a slowdown with the sort of 2 to 6 ETH range it's going to follow, in my opinion, and I could be very wrong, like I often am. And then I'm expecting the 1 ETH are going to slow. So I've just been selling, bro. That's what I've been doing the last few days. I've been selling, not my big stuff, my mutant I've got.
Yeah.
I sold my dead fella. I sold one of my, what are they? So the dead fella, I was upset because I didn't know they were having a companion drop. So maybe wouldn't have sold, but let me go to my things and see what I've sold. I've sold a lot of stuff, and every one of them went down the day after I sold. I went up the day after I sold.
Of course.
Every one of them.
It's always
so
the way
today
it goes.
I actually, yeah, man, it's Murphy. Today I minted this for free. It's an incubator. Right. So if you had 2 Bear X's, then you could mint an incubator. You had to burn some of your token. But I almost sold my Bear X's the other day because I saw the floor was 0.179. I bought in at like 0.35, and I saw this, and I was gonna sell, and I thought, let me just see what's going on here. Maybe it's a very thin floor, maybe it's a mistake. And lucky I did, because they've actually listed the incubators in the same collection as the main bears.
Okay. So that's what you were seeing, here, the floor price you were seeing.
So the floor's actually, it hasn't gone up much, but it's where it should be. But if I was just in a rush and I think, it's time to get out of this, it's always important when you're thinking of selling, like I'm learning as well, go to the Discord, make sure that there's no imminent drops or anything that's interesting happening in the next couple of weeks. And also just click on it, go into it and just see what's going on. So when I saw this, I thought, what's going on here? And then I looked into it and they said, no, you can breed it. So I got one of those today, which was quite nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to start taking a little bit more of a diamond handed approach. You keep missing out on all these pumps, man.
Yeah. So you know what it is. In the beginning, I was too diamond-handed. If I bought a project, I'd looked into it for the most part. I loved it, and I was never selling, ever.
Yeah.
And I kept moving more in. I thought, no. So then I saw, some of these really big guys in the space said, look, take profits. And then I saw that the price goes down, then it goes back up and down. So I started trading, and I've made some good trades, but I've made some bad trades. And it's going to happen. My cryptos was an amazing one. That was an incredible one. I bought in the 1 day. Let's find it. I bought in the 1 day that was just incredible. That was before I show you my stupid ones. Let me show you a good one. Am I spelling it right? Cryptodes should come up.
It was with a Z.
I didn't. Yeah, there he is.
There it is.
So I did my research. I'd seen that been to a 20 floor high, was very happy. I bought in 12 days ago at 2 Ethereum. And the next day, I listed it at 3.75. The next day it went up to 3.6. I thought it might still be going up a bit.
Yeah.
So kept lowering it until I sold it at 3.6.
Nice.
And the floor now is 3. So that was a really good one.
1.5 ETH profit. That's amazing.
So first of all, you got to take into account gas, which is let's just say on average 0.025. But also the commission always. Guys forget the commission. It's usually 7.5% for the project. OpenSea takes 2.5%. So you take 10% off that, your sell price is actually 3.3. And then if you say, okay, 0.25 transactions, and to list it, so call it 0.05 in total. So you're actually looking at 3.25. So it's about 1.2 Ethereum. But a lot of guys, when they're buying in at, let's say, 0.1 and they're selling at 0.2, they're thinking they're 2xing. They are not 2xing. And you've got to, just in your mind, do those calculations. If you can, have a spreadsheet showing what you paid in gas, and showing what you paid when you listed it, what the commission was when it sold, because you don't get a true picture. So that was great. I mean, literally in 1 day, to be there, and I will buy back in if it ever comes down to this level before. I mean, it's just their high was 20 previously. I couldn't resist. It's a good team. I'm just looking.
I'm sitting at 3 right now.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't gone to hell. But I mean, compared to, you'll see on this, I don't know why the activity is not happening. I mean, if you look here.
Oh, wow. I have to rip.
Okay,
right off the start.
Yeah, but it's only showing you 90 days. Just hold on. Look at that.
Wow.
In its heyday, it hit 21
21 for
Ethereum.
the average price.
Yeah, and then the market has been a bit screwed, but not that screwed that a 20 Ethereum NFT goes down to like 2. So I just thought most guys would have paid more than 2, and most guys aren't going to want to sell until they've at least got a bit more back. And I thought it was a good thing, so I got lucky there. But let me just show you what I've been busy with on my activity, except for the one good trade that I did. Let me just clear this. I'm not going to show you everything because some of it is just embarrassing. Okay, but just to give you an idea, so Die Animals, the artwork on the preview looks so much nicer than the artwork when it actually came out. And I actually got a pretty decent one, a frog. You got some guys that got like really ugly ones, but look, it's gone up 0.1, of course, because I sold yesterday. I mean, yeah, this was like the preview in a way. It was more crystally. Let me try and make this bigger. But when they came out, you got like, I mean, it's just, that's what I hate. Sometimes the sneak peeks, they show you the like one of ones.
Yeah, they show you the rarest attributes and they try and build hype that way. And then when you see them, there's a bunch of just plain t-shirts or something.
Yeah.
If it's a
really bugs me.
or whatever. That's cool though.
Look, I'm in, that's not mine. I'm in marketing. So I get it, but there's a fine line between like thievery and marketing, right?
Yeah,
and there is a fine line.
Yeah.
I'm not saying who's doing what. I think both of us are thieves. The guys who are giving sneak peeks in Discord and marketing agencies. So my one is this. I've lost him now. Is this toad?
Is there a watermark on that? What was that? Elephant.
I'll go back.
Actually, you can see it. Like I don't know. It looks like
it's got something
writing.
in the background. It's got writing. Yeah, I don't love that, to be honest.
I wonder what it says.
Can you read?
No, my Mandarin or my Korean is a little bit rusty.
A little bit.
A lot bit, yeah.
You see, I don't like any of this. I mean, that's quite cool because the cat's actually walking through it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like the wording. If anyone, hey, we got someone here. We got someone saying,
"Oh, nice."
Hey, Leak. I can't see on that screen.
Oh, Leak's here. How do you see if a project is not worth the investment? He also said that's a lot of NFTs. So yours. You've got quite the collection.
And I've sold. I'm not joking with you. I've sold 30 in the last week.
What have you?
So
Leak's just asking. Actually, what do we think about Meta Girlfriends? I haven't
seen it. Let's go pull it up.
Have they minted already?
Sure. Meta Girlfriends. Leak, is it this one here? Because it does it 1,400 items. I'm going to click on it. Tell us if this is the one that you're talking about. Let's have a look here. So it's got a good owner account. Not good. I'm saying that it's not a scam one, that it's a legitimate one. Okay, it says yes. Okay, great. So let's look at it. I'll tell you my thinking. Again, Leak, I know absolutely nothing. I'll just tell you if I'm looking at a project for the first time. First question is, why is there only 1,400? I would imagine that they wanted to do more and they probably haven't sold out, or they just on pre-sale. So the next thing I'd look at is the activity.
I just looked them up on Twitter here, Philip. They minted yesterday. Yeah. Public mint was
No, they
yesterday.
Didn't. Look at activity here. They minted on the November.
Oh, well then, I don't know what I'm looking at their Twitter and it says public mint is available on our website. And this was a January 6th
Let's go to their website. Maybe they're trying to relaunch it, but that would be the first question mark, is why 1,400. So it takes to this website. Is this what you were seeing as well on your computer, Heath? Is this?
I'm on their Twitter.
Yeah, well, you can mint.
Yeah,
but this was, so they're definitely doing a relaunch mint, which straight away I'm a bit concerned about. And when I say a bit, quite a lot. Just in general, I mean, forget the name. Let's actually just take take it down. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll just put it there. All I'm looking at is this. I'm not looking at the art yet, anything. So straight away, 1,400 out of 10,000, not looking great. 400 owners, not a great owner count either. Typically, you want at least 40%, which is about 550 at least, because here a lot of wallets are controlling most of it. Floor price is decent. But again, if they're relaunching, what competitions and things, incentives did they put in place to get it there? And volume traded is quite low. So look at that to begin with. Then I would like to go to their website, their Twitter. So let's look at their website. Forget that they minted before. Let's just look at it as if it's new. Mature side of art. Well, I definitely like this. It's definitely worth whatever they're asking. That's just a joke. Right? Come on, Eve.
I was slow on the pickup on that one. I got it now, though.
Right. Yeah, that's what she said, right?
Hey.
So, okay, this is the roadmap. Unlock centerfold artwork, adult content. Look, I think there's a lot of young people in the market, and this will definitely have an appeal to some people. For me, I'm almost 40 years old, happily married, 3 beautiful children. In my days, it was magazines. But the days of and VHS tapes, those days are gone. Thank God, I don't require that anymore. But I do see the appeal, because when I was of that age, anything to do with content like this was appealing. But again, it was limiting because I didn't have the internet to sit on all day, so it was different.
Leak got one as a giveaway, so I guess if you got one for free, then that's all right.
To be honest, Leek, honestly, if I was you, depending on how rare it is, but even so, I would list it at 0.072 and get out of it. I'm just saying that they've minted before. There's been an issue here. There's definitely been an issue. They were minted in November. They've actually held their floor quite nicely. I mean, that's quite surprising to me, even with very few sales here. It's the lowest I see it is 0.05. Which is actually quite good in this market, and that it stayed there. So maybe that's got to do with the.
We should look up 109. Let's look up 109. That's Leak's that he's holding.
Cool, but you got to read it to me, Eth, because I can't see the writing on my second screen there.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, so his is number 109.
109. All right, let's go into items.
We just.
Search
109.
Number 1095, 1092, 109 here.
There, that one.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Okay, so listed at 0.25.
What are the traits? What's the does it show any?
I'm looking. Yeah, level 1. Okay, so there's levels going on that we're not aware of. 5%, 6%, not rare. The hair, black wispy, clothing top. So let's go to all black wispies and all clothing and see if the floor there is any higher. There's not. I don't think there's enough for sale to call that a floor. Let's just check here. Also, only one for sale. Look, I mean, on the one side, it's a giveaway. You've invested nothing. If it ever goes to the moon, you've got something that you invested nothing in. On the other side, without knowing anything about the project, except that I can see it's minted before, it's minting again now. Let's see if it's come up on any of our charts here as being a high mint. If it's not minting a lot, this is our Discord here. We've got a channel called Live Mint Sparks. But I mean, we'd see more on OpenSea if it was. So Spaceballs made it on the list. Small Apes, Woody. I thought it was Woodies. Woodles.
Woodles.
Geez, I'd love to see that. A free mint. Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
It must be a derivative of Woodies. I always just miss the free mints. I never get there in time. Yeah, you can tell when something's minting.
That's why they're Woodies.
What is going on tonight?
Get them off the stream. We're going to get canceled. We're going to get canceled.
Are we not allowed to have stuff like this?
I don't think so. That goes against terms and conditions.
Okay. All right. It's off the screen. It's off the screen.
We got another question here.
Yeah.
From Gaz. Hey chaps, enjoying listening to you both. Thank you. Not to only ask about your opinion on NFTs, but have either of you heard of or perhaps looked at crypto walkers? What would your opinion
Yes.
be? I
Yes,
haven't
I
personally.
have. You haven't? I think I own one, Gareth. I think I own one. I'm pretty sure I own one. Let's just pull them up. I do like them. I'm not following the project very closely. I do know that Pranksy got into it the other day. And I also know the guys from Nifty Alpha have been talking about it. So I bought in at 0.189, but quite a while ago, like close to mint, I bought in. Um, I like the art. I like that they were moving. I did look into it a bit before I bought it, and I liked it enough. It was different enough for me to buy into it. Um, what are we at? 6,500. Gaz, do we know? Have they sold out? Is that what they went for to begin with, or were they trying to sell more? If you can let
Let's
us
take a
know.
look.
Yes, Leak, the Discord does burn my eyes, but the problem is if it's not in light mode, I can't see certain people in Discords. So usually at night, I'll actually change it to dark mode, to be honest. And then during the day, when I'm sitting with sun shining, I need it in this mode in order to see properly on it.
Now, I think that's their full mint, Philip. On their Twitter, it's 6,545.
It's possible that that's their full one, but
Yeah, just
you
on their
also they can
website
go
says
back,
it too.
they can change that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it can be edited.
They can change that. So maybe Gaz can let us know. Let's have a look at the team. I like a big team. That's always good. Of which most of them. What is this? I've never seen that logo before. Most of them are doxed. Let's just make sure they are. Not really. I mean, that's not really being doxed at all. He's joined in December 2017 though. Let's have a look at this guy. Also, okay, this guy joined specifically for what he was doing.
Maybe
But
that's the
I
art. That
had
might be the artist. You never know.
this is that site I hadn't heard of. Look, I would have looked into it. I liked it enough to drop zero point 0.2 on a post mint. So I'm holding for now. It's not been one that I've been looking to sell. Typically on my side, I like to give the team a fair chance. I really do. I like to give the team a good 3 months to see what happens. Often I sell out just before, and I'll show you. I did yesterday. I sold a Littles yesterday or the day before. I sold a Coolman's 2 days ago. Like everything that started pumping yesterday, I sold the day before. I got to my sort of, I should have waited longer. You need to give it a good 3 months if you're gonna really give them a chance.
And it's nice to give the team a chance to really flesh out their roadmap, right? Like when people are expecting this thing to moon right off the mint, like that's a little high expectations. Like they have a roadmap for a reason. Like you're looking into this project for a reason. Unless you're just looking for that quick flip, like you're buying because of the roadmap. Give them a chance to actually put it into play. There's a project that I'm in that I bought in, and the floor price has really gone down. I don't care because I see every day that they're doing something to progress their roadmap. I've been happy with everything they've done, and I don't plan to sell that one. That one for me was a buy to be involved in that community because I liked what their team was doing, because they're putting in the work and actually delivering on everything. They haven't missed a beat. So
yeah. Look, I mean, the truth is that I'm a bit of both. I buy into communities that I want to be a part of and that I want to hold long term, and I also buy for flips. I mean, I'm one of those degens that when I'm sitting on an alpha chat and everyone's buying those stupid whatever derivative of a derivative of a derivative, and we see it go up, I'll buy 5 and then I'll sell it 0.1 ETH later, and sometimes I'm left holding the bag. So obviously there's two types. Obviously, you're either a flipper or you can be a mixture of both. But you're either doing this particular project, you're either buying into it to flip or you're buying into it to hold long term. If you want to hold long term, you've done your research already, you like what the project is, you trust the team, keep your finger on the pulse and stay in it. Obviously, if red flags come up after the fact, get out of it. But if there's no red flags, give them a chance to deliver. But if you're looking for a flip, and that 0.2 ETH that's been sitting in crypto walkers for the last month, as Gaz's example, if it's been sitting there for the last month and that could have been used to buy in 3 or 4 other projects that you could have flipped, and I see he says he's got 3
he's
in
got
total.
3, yeah.
So, Gaz, I wouldn't go deeper. I made a big mistake in the very beginning. When I liked projects, I bought a lot of them, low-end projects like 0.04, and I bought too many. Typically, these days, I won't buy more than 2 of something. I won't anymore, because there you can always sell one when it doubles or triples, and you can always keep one long-term. If you're sitting with 7, there's too much pressure, man, and on yourself, and I wouldn't do it. I would if you got 3, I would keep 3. If you need liquidity, maybe sell one.
He just put in the chat that on end of Jan and mid-March they're doing a weapons drop and a female mint. So that might be a time. You've got 3, maybe flip one when the weapons drop, because people are going to be looking to get into the project. Just before, and then same thing for the female version mint. That might, and then keep one and just hold, and that might be a good plan.
That might be a good plan. I definitely wouldn't buy more of anything really at the moment. If you've got 3 of them, I wouldn't buy more. But especially something that stayed pretty stagnant. It's good to hear that they've got good plans to come.
Pranksy's involved as well.
Yeah, so that's always a good thing. But he's got his fingers in a lot of projects. I mean, I'll show you one, Crypto Hobos, where I'm in a chat with Pranksy because he's a holder of a 1 of 1, and so am I. And the floor price is almost at 0, and he's still holding. I'll show you here.
Yeah, like that definitely gives it a boost for sure, because he's known in the space. But you never know. Like he might just be getting into a project because they like it, right? They might.
No, he might see a lot that he believes in, but he's been wrong before. I know he aped into Women's and Weapon, but I mean, I love this project. I really love this project. I love the art, love the team. I bought a lot of them because it was a while ago. I know Pranksy's still a holder. He's publicly said he's not selling, but that doesn't mean that it's anything. It usually helps for a short-term pump. Women and Weapons, I know he bought into. I haven't looked at this for a long time, but I know he bought into it. Let's just see where they're sitting.
Yeah, leaks in the chat. He's not able to list it. His NFT he was talking about, the fees are too high.
His chick one. Yeah. Look here, gas is 247. Just wait for it, Leak. It will come down.
Give it a minute or an hour or 2.
You can keep watching in my screen. I'll make my screen big for you. I'll keep it up there for you. Then you can watch. It should change as it changes. So yeah, I mean, they've also been pretty consistent. So I'll put it back for you, Leek. They've also been pretty consistently here. But I mean, that's 2.5 months where you could have been using that liquidity towards something else, So yeah, good that Pranksy's in it, but that doesn't mean that it's definitely going to move. Doesn't mean that. It's got potential is probably what it means. But it doesn't mean it's going to, and no one has a crystal ball. And no one knows for sure, but yeah, I would do what he said, Gaz, exactly what Morland said. I would sell, depending on the price, I would sell before either the weapons drop or the companion drop, like literally the night before when it's at its highest. You'll be able to buy a weapon 3 or 4 days after they drop them for next to nothing, or you'll be able to buy the companion a week later for next to nothing anyway if you want to buy off the secondary. Always a good time to get rid of a thing is just before they're about to drop a companion. Mm-hmm. And also the utility offered.
Sorry, you can really see that too if you look at certain projects that have had past companion drops or something. You see big spikes in the price and the volume on OpenSea. Like for example, Space Punks, when they launched launched their Space Dinos, that they went mad. Like everyone wanted a Space Punk so they could get that airdrop dino. And then they've sort of leveled off now, but you can see those things.
They've leveled off a lot.
Yeah, but you can see those things in the trends and the activity.
Yeah. No,
That's
it
the
was
last
before then.
90 days. Yeah, so it'd be
Yeah.
before that.
But Morland, it's funny you say that. That's exactly what happened to me. I bought into it to get the. This is where they said they were going to do it, and it built up all the way to 0.95, almost an ETH. And then as it dropped, yeah, you can see the number of sales as the Dino was given. Boom, boom, boom. Right. And now it's sitting where it's sitting. Listen, I love this project. I believe in the team. The team is like there all the time. It's a massive team.
Yeah.
And they were one of the first to do a launch pad. Like, I'm a big space punks. I've got a lot of space punks. I really like the project, and I believe this is temporary, and I believe in it long term. But case in point, about if you are sitting with 3 and you're thinking about maybe getting rid of, just before companion drop is the time to do it. And if you look at their space dinos, which everyone was buying a space punk for up to an ETH4 to get a free space dino, you can now buy one yourself at next to nothing.
Yeah, I think they're probably 0.4-ish. Oh, shoot. No, wow. The last time I looked at these, they were 0.04. The last time I looked.
Well, it's pretty much 0.02 because there's someone at 0.018 and the rest are 0.02. Yeah. So, I mean, rather go back after the fact than go and buy it. What is the fees for our friend Leek here? Still 200. You're gonna have to wait. High. We'll stay with you though. We'll keep you company until you're ready to do it.
We'll keep you up.
So, any nice news today, Morland, in the NFT world?
Actually, yeah, just yesterday, I saw Samsung is trying to get into the NFT space. Actually, earlier in the week, they made an announcement about creating their own NFT marketplace. And then just yesterday, they're looking at entering the metaverse in Decentraland. They're going to have a metaverse store and reward users that go into the store with different NFTs. So I'll just quickly share my screen. So yeah, what was it? January 3rd. So just this week, Samsung reveals TVs that will let owners trade NFTs. So cool. I'm assuming it's some kind of centralized exchange of NFTs through Samsung.
Does it show you what the marketplace will look like?
Not in this article. I didn't really see anything. I feel like it's just an announcement right now. They haven't fleshed everything out, but they're looking to right, like it says here, the application features an intuitive, integrated platform for discovering, purchasing, and trading digital art. So when you've got your Samsung TV that looks just like a picture frame, I don't know if anyone's seen the Samsung frame, but this TV looks literally just like a frame, and you can put your digital artwork on it and then swap over to your TV or whatever. So when you've got this on your wall or on your cool art stand, you can you can show off your NFTs, but you can also buy an NFT or trade an NFT right from your television through the Samsung marketplace. So that's pretty cool that they're trying to lead the way with this integration. Because you've got these NFTs, you want to show them off, right? And how do you show them off? You got to put them on a screen. So you're going to see more and more people buying TVs literally just to show off their NFTs as like a picture frame. And why not integrate the marketplace right into it?
Look, you're going to see all of them come into it. You're going to see Panasonic come into it. You're going to see
Sony,
everyone. All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And then you've got they're entering the metaverse. Just yesterday, they announced limited time store in Decentraland. So they're going to reward people with exclusive NFTs. So they're teasing a mystical quest. So you're playing the game, you're in Decentraland, in the metaverse, playing games, earning exclusive Samsung NFTs. I'm sure they'd be tradable, sellable on their marketplace eventually. Yeah, it's really interesting to see how many people or groups, how many corporations are looking to bite into the NFT space. And
yeah, but this is an obvious one. I mean, they need to be in the space, really, they do. I mean, I've been able to have a sort of screensaver on my Samsung TV at home that makes it look like a digital photo frame since the beginning. So why not be able to have NFTs on it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want to eventually get a couple screens that I can put my work up on the wall, and rather than just showing people on my MetaMask wallet on my phone or whatever, it would be really cool to just show off your work or your
Yeah, I love
NFTs, your
it.
purchases. I think it's really cool.
I love
So
it. I
yeah, I
love it.
saw that, and then I mean, there's going to be more and more um, companies like this jumping into the space. Like I know Atari has a casino in Decentraland where you can go and you gamble and whatever it is that you like to do at casinos. I'm not a gambling man, but they have full time jobs. If you're a dealer, like you deal cards or whatever, you can work in Decentraland at the Atari casino like you would at any regular casino, but you're working from home at your desk, just dealing cards. So I think the future is huge when you've got these big players coming in and creating these stores in the metaverse. So
Yeah, I mean, it makes me think of a few of the casino NFTs that have
like
come out recently.
slotties and yeah.
Slotties. So Slotties is very interesting. I think I've got some of those too. If I didn't sell them just before they went to the moon,
Of course.
I don't know if they've gone to the moon. I haven't actually looked. Let's just have a look here. I know I bought and sold and bought and sold. So I bought one.
You're gonna have to take a lesson from this guy I found. I'll share my screen later, but I
You
have
must show me.
here. I'll flip it right now. I'll flip it on.
But check here. Okay.
Read this. Read this.
You're gonna have to read it to me.
This
Yeah.
Bored Ape owner turned down $452,000 offer on one of his apes, and he did it while he's just chilling in his apartment, drinking a $10 bottle of wine with his girlfriend. He's just letting us know we're early. You don't have to be so quick to flip if you're in a good project.
Yeah.
Take
I would
his
sell
advice.
the Bored Ape and I would buy a beautiful house and then I would try get back in.
It would be really
Um,
tempting. It would be really tempting. That's for sure.
Slotties I minted two. Mint was point 0.1. When it got to point 0.5, I sold one. It was unrevealed, so it's often a good idea to sell before reveal. In this case, it wasn't. It ended up and never go back. Never ever go back, because I had a really really rare one.
Oh yeah, I remember you showed me this guy the day you flipped
Yeah,
it.
I mean he's in a guard suit, which is very rare. But the thing here is that you get 10% rate back, whereas usually you get 5%. You can get up to 20, and you get a lot of shares of it. So they're basically rolling out casinos. I mean, I'm sure I've got the Discord here. I don't know. I'm in too many Discords to be honest.
Yeah, I
Here
don't know
he
how
is.
you
Oh no,
just how
that's
you keep on
Robotus.
top of it all. I don't know how you keep on top of it all.
I don't. Uh, where's Slotties? I think it's under here. Here he is. Yeah, they're an interesting project. Basically, I mean, I don't have to show you to summarize it. They've got plans in the next 12 months, if I'm not mistaken, to roll out casinos. They've been in the casino game before. If you bet in their casinos, you get a percentage back of what you lose, and you will lose. It's a casino, the house always wins. So, depending on the rarity of your NFT, you're going to get some of it back. And also, when they do launch their online casinos, you're going to get percentage shares in that casino.
I think this
So
is
you'll
such a great project. Like the online slot and online casino business is insane.
the thing is
Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, so there's a streamer that I watch sometimes on Twitch, and he does gambling streams where he plays online online slots, and the guy is putting on like 150 $200,000 worth of Bitcoin just to play an online slot, and I've watched him go to zero and load it back on with more. And I can't even fathom it. Like it blows my mind. But when you think about the amount of money flowing through these online slots and online casinos, if you're getting 10% rake back from their casinos or whoever they've partnered with, that's a good bit of money. Like I don't want to like guess at to how much you're gonna get, but like it would be a pretty nice penny when things are really rolling.
I think it's a complicated industry to be in, and
Oh, for
I'm not
sure,
in
for
it. I'm saying
sure.
for the founders,
Yeah,
the laws, especially online, because every different country and every different state has got
yeah,
different laws, and somewhere can just have card games, others can only have this, none can have slots. I don't know. So I think it's quite complex, and I think you've got to get special licenses in every country that you want to market it to. But if they can pull it off, I think it's good. I mean, this was another one that I also got into, a more recent one. So yeah, I mean, I think it's they're going to have a casino in Decentraland. Also very interesting, very very interesting. I like it. It's sort of like having shares in a casino. I mean, that's
yeah.
pretty much what it is.
And you have to remember
Um,
that you're quite early with it. Like going back to what we were talking about earlier, let them build out like their roadmap. Let them do
yeah,
what they got to do. And like these guys, I'm sure I don't know much about the project, but did they have the land before the mint? Did they have the process of building their metaverse casino already started? Probably not. They're probably going to use the money from the mint to start that. So give them a chance, let them build it out and see what happens.
agreed, agreed. But basically, I sold a rare and ended up buying in it at the same amount that I sold a rare for, buying a common, because you need two slotties in order to mint a junior slotty. And if you have a junior slotty, then you're going to get even more of everything. So you need a junior. So
Yeah, you have to have it. You have to.
this you have to have it. So this flip never worked out for me. I got rid of a rare and ended up buying it at at 0.4. So I made 0.08, but when you take gas and commission and everything into account, made absolutely nothing. But yeah, I've been selling. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I really am not. I don't know. No one could know for sure, but I definitely don't know. But I've been selling at this point. I'm accumulating my wallet. So I sold Die Animals. I sold a Crypto Mori, which I really actually love a lot. But
Yeah.
I bought it. I bought in at 0.3, and it went up to
Oh,
zero point
wow.
0.6 about 2 months ago, and then it went back down to 0.3. And now they're probably at the stage where they're going to be delivering everything. So I'm not saying it's a great thing, but I love them and I love the art. I actually like the community. I'll try get it back in it if it goes back down on the cycle. But I do strongly believe, I know that this thing, the market works in cycles, and I know at some stage it's gonna slow down again, and then it will pick up again. And I've seen like I said in the beginning, the big projects, the Cool Cats, the Bored Apes, all Doodles, all of them have pulled back 20-30%. The volume in the last 2 or 3 days, the volume has gone down. And you're going to see that trickle down effect. So you've still got the lower end pumping, but you're going to start to see the middle ones slowing down and then the lower ones. So no one can tell you when that is. It might pump for another week. I don't know. Usually it's a
Yeah.
2 to 3 week cycle. It might pump for another month, and I'm the biggest idiot for selling these things. But I want to get some liquidity in so that after a month of it being down, when everything's half the price, ape back in and get good positions. And if there's one or two that have gone to the moon that I can't get back into, so be it. I won't get back into. I'll buy more of the other ones. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's the right advice. I don't know. I just think you got to sell the pump and buy the dips, and everyone's buying the pump at the moment.
You have to know what your risk tolerance is too, right? Like what are you willing to put into it and willing to lose? And it's a tough game out there. Like personally, I haven't made really any profits through NFTs, and I'm fine with that. I've bought into projects that I'm happy to hold, and the ones that haven't performed, they've taught me lessons, and it's the
Introduced
way
you
it
to
goes.
Philip.
Yeah, exactly. Introduced me to Philip, and it is what it is. And I mean, I bought into these projects with money that I was willing to lose, right? That's what it was for me. I knew that these are illiquid JPEGs at the end of the day if the team doesn't deliver. But it is what it is, right? I knew my own personal risk tolerance, and I have my own personal plan with it. Of course, I'd love to be flipping and making a ton of ETH, and that was my original plan. But things got derailed off after my very first mint, and the plan kind of went to shit. But I reevaluated, and I was like, I want to collect. I'm not necessarily gonna flip. If I can get a chance to flip something, that's awesome. But for me, I guess you call me the collector, and I just like looking for quality, good projects that I believe in and want to get
and
involved
holding long
in.
term.
And I'm holding
Yeah.
long and if one day they deliver on things, like even these ones from the first that I said didn't work out, hey, maybe someday they resurrect this thing and I've got 5 that I can start flipping and keep one, because I truly do like the art as well. So it's all about your own personal strategy, your own risk management, and risk tolerance, and not letting the space get to you, right? The FOMO we talked about the other day, like, it is real. Like, I sit here listening to you and all the cool NFTs you're buying, and I'm like, man, I wish I could, like, maybe flip some of mine and get into that, or I missed out on that one, I can't miss the next one. But at the end of the day, we're here. You're in the space, you're early. Even if you're just holding an NFT that's worth 0.0001 ETH, you're still in the NFT space. You're still ahead of like the majority of people on this planet, and NFTs aren't going anywhere. So don't let the noise in the space derail you from your plan and your objectives with NFTs, right?
For sure. And I just want to clarify, I have lost a fortune on flipping, and if it wasn't for my really good blue chips like my mutant and doodles I did nicely on, croaks I did nicely on, and there's a few others that I did nicely on, if it wasn't for those buying at the dip, waiting and then selling, I would be way down, because the flips are actually, most of the time, they're so high risk, and if you hit well, but the percentage of them that are hitting, and then you being there to sell when it's the top, when you think it's just starting, if I had to choose now, I would rather be diamond handed. I would rather be in less projects, because I've got other stuff to do than sitting here watching graphs all day, trying to predict with my ruler where the top is, and I never get it right anyway, right? And then looking back the next day and seeing that I left money on the table, or selling at a loss, and then it finally moons after 3 months. It's infuriating.
But you have to be okay with those, right? You have to be okay with those decisions, because at the end of the day, like, there's going to be even more of them, I'm sure.
But also, right? The ones on our background, the ones on our Lazy Lions bungalow here, I've got a story with each of them, and I can tell you each of them. They all mean something to me. Just looking at it, I still own my mutant cat on the left. I still own my Subducks, the same Subducks, the same mutant. I still own my Cyberkongs VX. I still own my Pudgy Penguin. So everything on top of my head, I own. On top of your head, that Peaceful Groupie, I do own. You know the story there. I overpaid for it after making a big profit on Peaceful Groupies. The World of Women, I think you also know my story. I sold out of that to buy my Clone X, and I got in just at the right time before the Nike news. And my Robotos, I still have. Love Robotos. I had 2. I did sell 1 yesterday.
Nice.
I'm taking profits at the moment on the projects that are profitable. I'm not selling stuff for 0.01 that might turn into something one day. I'd rather hold those, because that small chance that they'll turn into something is great. But I'm saying, if I can take half an ETH off the table with these ones that I had 2 of to begin with, in order to make profit on, and have a nice bag when the market does dip, whether that be in a week or a month or whatever, I'd rather have that. And I'd rather then get into 1 or 2 really solid projects that are maybe at 1 ETH. At the moment, NFT Worlds, I'm so bullish on, and it's doing so well, and it's so unique. I'm going to put it on our list of stuff to cover, because that's an incredible project. I'd love to get into that, but I'm not buying at this point. I'm not buying things when they're at their absolute high.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you're following the trends, and you're looking and using the tools that we've provided in our past videos. So if you haven't checked those out, make sure you do check it out. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. You have to do all these things to help our channel grow, and we can get the word out to everyone.
Yeah, and we can keep bringing you awesome content and competitions and giveaways and cool stuff like that. So get the word out there. We've got a Twitter competition going on at the moment.
Yeah, tell them.
Very simple. Just go to our Twitter, Philip Kalinko, and you'll see it's linked in the About Us on YouTube. Go there, and there's a tweet there. You just need to retweet it. Subscribe to our videos here. And when we get to 500 subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway 0.1 ETH on the screen. So we're going to have a Excel document with everyone's name who's a subscriber, with a number next to it, the sheet number. And on screen, we're going to go on Google. We're going to type in random number generator without having any preference. And we're going to put in 1 to 500, and we're going to roll it. And when it lands on me, no one's going to blame anyone. No, if it lands on me or Morland, we will obviously re-roll it immediately. We won't include us in the just joking. But 0.1 ETH, and that's before we've even started. So let's get the name out there. Every single day, there's very few shows that I know that are coming to you 5 days a week on 45 minute 1 hour shows. It's rare. We're opening our wallets to you, showing you our histories. We really just want to help, and the more we grow, the more we can do that. So like, subscribe, hit the bell, go on Twitter, come on our Discord, do it all. Would love
all the things, and they're all down in the description. So make sure you check it out, guys. I love this Freestyle Fridays.
Our first Freestyle Friday, man. I loved it. I mean, this is so much more relaxed.
Yeah, it is.
Instead of having,
no notes, and we're good. We can just chill and we can just chat. I love it.
Yeah, talking about TVs and looking at photographic NFTs.
Yeah, exactly. Two different ones. Two different.
So my wife asked me, "How was the show tonight? What did you do?"
Me and Morland, we were looking at porn, and
then these two things came on my screen, and Morland said I must take them off. And
good times,
good, guys.
Good times.
Have a good one. A good weekend.
We'll see everyone on Monday, right? Monday,
9
we're back. 9:30. 9:30.
Sorry, 9:30 p.m.
We'll see you all then.
Ciao.
Take it easy.